This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. It's great to have you with us. Topping the news tonight, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie says his government is determined to put Grand Bahamas economy back on a firm footing. While wrapping up debate on the 2013-2014 budget debate last evening, the nation's leader outlined some of the plans in the pipeline to bring relief to Grand Bahama. Natalie Martinborough reports.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie says Grand Bahama is getting focused attention and the government is embracing every opportunity that could pull this island out of the economic doldrums. Noting the ongoing challenges in the tourism sector, the nation's leader says the tripartite relationship between the government, Hutchison Whampoa and Sunwing could bring some relief. He outlined significant changes that could come on stream at the start of the winter season.
The 400-room Reef Village will be renovated and completely refurbished by Hutchison, leased and operated by Sunwing as a Blue Diamond 5-star all-inclusive resort. That's hundreds of jobs. Sunwing, using a fleet of modern aircraft, will provide airlift with several flights per week from Canada to Freeport. Sunwing will join forces with other air carriers and tour operators to support increased touristic travel from the United States. Mr. Speaker, the combined hotel, airlift, and tour operation of Sunwing will create over 1,000 direct new jobs with additional indirect jobs in Grand Bahama. That is going to happen.
The Prime Minister says the redevelopment of the Reef Village is already underway as the resort prepares to become a key player in Grand Bahama's tourism mix.
Sunwing has already started its marketing campaign. It's selecting its resort management team and planning the recruitment and training of staff for the resort. Over the ensuing weeks, local contractors and a significant number of Grand Bahamians will find employment as construction and renovations take place. Mr. Speaker, I declare more jobs.
But the Prime Minister says the Reef Village isn't the only resort that could be headed for a major turnaround.
My office remains in dialogue with Hutchison and potential operators on the reopening of the Lighthouse Point property. During the course of this budget period, the Grand Lucayan will refurbish this year coming up now all of 542 rooms in its Breakers Key building and upgrade some public areas and surrounding restaurants. Again, I say for emphasis, when you asked about the jobs, therein more jobs.
Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
The government has not yet settled on a new operator for the Treasure Bay Casino in Lucaya. In February of this year, the current operator gave notice that its lease was about to expire and the search began for a new operator. While in Parliament yesterday, the minister responsible, Obi Bulshcombe, announced that the process should be completed soon.
We have to deal with that in a couple of weeks. But we've had as many as 12 companies showing interest. As many as 12, Mr. Speaker, and 2 of those companies are Bahamian, or Bahamian involvement, Mr. Speaker, and we are giving all the companies fair consideration. And when the recommendation comes to us, we will be able to cause for that company to be in, because, Mr. Speaker, the truth is we're getting ready for Sunwing. Sunwing will open in November this year in Grand Bahama at the Reef Hotel, Mr. Speaker.
The tourism minister said his ministry will lead the way in Grand Bahama's turnaround in more ways than one, as the ministry will move its digital platform and its public relations arm to Grand Bahama.
We're taking the technology to Grand Bahama, where all of our IT is going to be in Grand Bahama, Mr. Speaker, because we're going to emanate, we're going to market the Bahamas from the world, to the world from Grand Bahama. Mr. Speaker, you're going to be able to, you're going to be able to see this, Mr. Speaker, where we will have employees, and some of our employees are going to be reassigned. You're going to have a team just selling Grand Bahama. You're going to have a team just selling Abaco. You're going to have a team just selling Eleuthera. A team just selling New Providence, all on the social network, Mr. Speaker. That's all they do all day, just sell. Talk about the assets we have, talk about our product, talk about the Bahamas, working with the airlift and everything else. The whole idea, Mr. Speaker, the world has changed. We got to change with the world.
A big change taking place at the Grand Lucayan Resort. After a special poll at the property yesterday, a new bargaining agent has emerged. Natalie Martinborough has the story.
It's a long time coming. God has been good. Yes. 2009 was just a starting breed, but we was not ready as yet. But now we stayed with the people. We suffered with the people for 4 years, and now we are back.
The second time proved successful for the Commonwealth Union. Led by Grand Lucayan employee Michelle Dossett, the Commonwealth Union was able to secure a victory at the special poll, beating out Nicole Martin and the Hotel Union 189 to 86. Dossett claims that workers were fed up with poor representation and were determined to vote for change.
Our contract, we never had a registered contract agreement. And that's why today, what happens, the people came out and spoke because they all of a sudden they just keep on saying that it was a registered agreement. But it was not. We know it wasn't because we didn't get no Christmas bonus. 6 years, no increase. Come on.
Dossett says now that the big win is in the bag, the union is preparing to get down to business.
I'm going to prepare a letter for the general manager, and we're going to swiftly get the negotiations started as soon as possible for our people in Grand Lucayan, where we work. The managers, they know what we want. We are understanding. We're not fighting no one. This is now to try to make Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama is hurting. We know the economic field. We're going to sit down as adults and get things sorted out. That's all we want. We are the people, we work there. No one does not know at all how we feel. We spoke the truth in Grand Bahama, and Grand Bahama is proud today because the Grand Bahamians showed the Nasubians what this is about, unity and the truth. Yes. Solidarity.
Attorney Obi Ferguson is the legal advisor to the Commonwealth Union. Ferguson, who also heads the Trade Union Congress, says the victory at the polls is a major win for the employees at the Grand Lucayan Resort.
We're going to work with them. They run the union. Our job is to provide good and proper advice. That's what it's all about. If she get hit, we get hit. If one of them get hit, all of us get hit. And you know, I'm in a hotel because I represent the management people there. So first time again, we have a history of where the management union, the managerial union, and the union is now working together. That's a historical moment. So Randall Fox must be a happy man. And so is Huey Balfour Body. They're happy. It's the Clifford Island, they're happy people. So don't mind them talking out there. The workers speak. And when the workers speak, then all of us must listen.
Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
Grand Bahama has recorded its 7th traffic fatality for the year. According to police reports, the female who was hospitalized as a result of severe injuries sustained in a serious traffic accident on Sunday has died. The mishap occurred around 12:30 p.m. at the intersection of West Mall Drive and Pioneers Way, involving a Chevy Venture which was driven by a female with 3 young passengers, and a Pontiac Grand Prix which was also driven by a female. Stay with us. There's more news after this.